Hey all, my name is Ramesh Doraiswamy. I'm a Microsoft Certified Azure Solution Architect. So in this video, we are going to see how to deploy an application or a web application um, into Azure. Okay, so how do you deploy it via the Azure App Service, right? So what are the benefits that you get when you deploy an application in Azure via the Azure App Service? So the best benefits that you get is, you get the scalability, reliability, and the security which comes in built with the Azure. And, it has an auto scaling capability as well. The best thing that when you talk about cloud is you can deploy your application within minutes. Okay, so that is one of the, the phenomenal approach that we have in Azure. Okay, so this is one of the best tools that we have. Developers can utilize to deploy the web apps, and it supports a lot of programming languages like Node.js, Python, Java, .NET Core, and um, and etc. So there are two ways, you can deploy your app service plan. Okay, so the one way is, you go manually, you go create a resource and create a web app, and you provide your resource group, your instance details, and your runtime stack and region, right? And you can select your SKUs as well. Okay, so I'm not going to take you or walk you through the a web portal. I'm going to walk you through how to create an app service plan via the Azure command line mode. Okay. Okay. Let me close this window. I will open the Azure CLI. See, you have, Bash and PowerShell. I'm just going to Bash. Okay. So in this video, I'm just going to deploy an static HTML page. Okay, so I don't have any complex level of application being deployed. It's going to be a static in HTML page that I'm going to deploy it via the app service, and we are going to open the application via the URL, right? So I'm just going to clone the repository that I have the index page, okay, or the code. So let me clone the code. Okay, I already have it. Okay, so clear ls. Okay, so this is my index.html. So in case if you wanted to view my HTML page, I can just open it. So it's just going to have an header app service modified site. Okay, so what I'll do is it's going to be a static site. Okay. So I have my code available. Now I'm going to deploy it. So let me take up the web app command. Okay, so you have AZs for Azure web app up, and you can provide your location and your app service name. Okay, let me give demo test RC01. Okay, and let me run it. So by default, what it does, it creates the resource group with the dynamic name and the app service plan with the dynamic name. Okay, so I'm just deploying it. It's checking whether the app service is available. And it's creating the resource group and it's creating the app service plan. So the web app doesn't exist, so it's creating all the resources. Let's hold on for a minute. It's taking a bit time. Yeah, I think the deployment is completed. So let's so we will be provided with the app service URL where we can launch our application. So you could see here is this is the URL where your application gets launched, and this is your app service plan which gets dynamically created in case if you don't provide your app service plan name and your resource group names. Okay, so it gets automatically created. Demo, and then this is our web app name, and this is the operating system, the resource group. Okay, so the runtime version, I have not provided anything because it's just an a normal HTML static page, so I have not given any runtime version. So when you try to execute it, you can provide your runtime version as Python or .NET Core or anything which is whichever application that you're going to deploy it. So now let's get into the portal. Let me go to the resource group and refresh it. So you could see the resource group created, and you could see the app service plan and the app service created. So this is our app service. Let us get into the app service. So it's loading. Yeah, you can see the resource group name and the application status, it's running, and the location is West Europe. And you have this is your application URL, okay, where your application is hosted. So this is your app service plan name. Now let's copy this code and let's try to connect our application. Yes, it's here. Our application is up and running, and you could see this is the static site, right? So let's see, let us try to modify our application and try to deploy it. Okay, so let's see, you could see the time, how much time does it take for us to, modify it and, make the application up and running within few minutes. So what I do is just go clear my page, ls. So just going to give demo test 01 site. Okay, let me save it. Let's try to redeploy it. So what it does is, I have modified I did some changes in the code repository. And I'm just again, pushing my code. So what it does, it doesn't create the resource group again. It keeps the already created resource group and the app service plan in the memory. And what it does is it updates the uh, created app service plan with the required changes. Okay, you could see it's 9788 and 6529 is the resource group name, and ASP 9788 is the app service plan. Okay, so it's deployed. Let us go to the app service and refresh a page. So status is showing running. The application is up. Let us try to connect. So you can see right? So this is the old one. This is the new one. So the modified application, demo test 01 site is up and running. So this is how, you can deploy your application uh, in minutes via using the app service plan. And You can bring up your application at any time, right? And it provides you with the lot of capabilities like the scalability, the reliability, security, and auto scaling as well. So these are the best features that Azure provides us when we go ahead with the app service plan. So maybe I can tell you, like, the once we have created the resources, in case if you wanted to clear up your resources, okay, you have the command and provide the resource group name. So what it is it's AZ group is the resource group delete. Okay, and we are just providing the resource group name. Yes, it's starting deleted. Right, so it will delete the resources. So these are the benefits that you get uh, when you try to host your application using the app service plan. I hope this video helps you in understanding better on the app service plan. Thank you so much for watching.